Hello and welcome to Mastering Mediocrity Music Reviews. I am Jeff,
I'm Ben.
I'm Mark.
and we are here today to celebrate Green Day's Dookie album. It is a choice made by
Mercy.
Jesus Christ!
Oh, sorry.
Towels in the bathroom. You're gonna want it.
Ben's a mess tonight.
Jeez.
Hello and welcome to Mastering Mediocrity Music Reviews. I am Jeff,
I'm Ben.
I'm Mark.
and we are here today to celebrate Green Day's Dookie album. It was originally on the wheel due to Mr. Mark here.
It was.
So we'll just let you tell us a little bit about why you chose that album.
I had listened to a Green Day song that day, and
That day when?
like when I put it on the wheel.
Oh,
that
okay.
Friday,
Okay.
you know,
Okay,
had,
fair.
You know, had music on, and Green Day came up on a playlist, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Every time Green Day comes up on a playlist, it's just like, "Fuck yeah!"
Okay.
It's just one of those bands I really liked growing up. I had a bunch of their CDs. I don't know if I had Dookie. I think I did have Dookie, Insomniac, Nimrod. Might have just been those three, kind of in a row. But yeah, I mean, I've always loved Green Day. I don't know, they just do a great job of like capturing the angst of your youth. And it just happened to be that I was a youth during that time. And,
Yeah.
you know, you grow up with bands, and they were one that I grew up with. And yeah, so I thought they deserved a spot on the wheel.
Yeah. So, I mean, Green Day was formed in East Bay, California in 1987. And that Dookie album came out in 1994. So we would have been like 7
Yeah.
when it came out. But that's
Right.
probably not when we listened to it.
No.
And that was kind of the magic of that period in time. Like, it was kind of in between Napster showing up, and so you had to, like, listen to what was around the house. And I had an older brother who was into Green Day and, like, Queen and Metallica. So one of the tapes he had was Green Day's Dookie. So I listened to it on tape because he probably bought it in 1994 when CDs weren't as prevalent as later. So it was one of those tapes where I just like listened to it all the time. So when we landed on that album, it was like, oh, hell yeah, like this is what I kind of grew up on.
Yeah.
And I love the shit out of this album. So all of my scores are going to end up being pretty biased. I don't know that it deserves the scores that I gave them, but I mean, this was a popular album for them.
Yeah.
I don't think they repeated this success until was it American Idiot?
Yeah.
Came out.
And that's funny because that's kind of like when I kind of stopped listening. They went from what they were in Dookie and going up, you know, kind of stoner, burnout, don't know what you want to do, to like
Anti-establishment.
and like to me that's just better left to like Zach De La Roca.
Yeah, I mean, I can get the connection because punk is a little bit of an alternative lifestyle.
It's an anti-establishment, at least
From
the
the
way it
get-go.
started out, you know.
Yeah, but when you're young and you don't really have that wider, I won't call it a wide lens of the world, but a wider lens of the world, like you can kind of be more specific about what you want to be an activist for.
Yeah.
So when you're young, you're just like very into yourself and you're worried about the girls and your friends and how you're going to fit into society. But then once you're kind of in it, especially when you're like a rich dude like Billy Joe Armstrong is,
And
at
how
that
old was
point,
he when that came out in like 2000 and
So,
I
I mean, I
mid
think they were.
2000s, I think, or
I want to
early
say they were like 17 when they actually got together.
yeah,
I'm
but I
not-
mean, like when American
So-
Idiot came out, so then they started to kind of change their messaging. Like he would have been
mid
in his
20s.
40s.
Oh,
at that point.
I don't think he was that old.
No,
By American Idiot?
yeah,
No,
they
I mean, I
formed in
think,
'87.
yeah,
when
if
they
they're
seemed born.
17, they're like mid 30s. Maybe he is almost 40 at that point.
Yeah,
I'll have to check. We'll put it up here. His age when American Idiot. I think that's the
Yeah.
name of the album too.
Yeah.
Is released. Okay, so that said, you start off with the teenage angst. You slowly move into the wider lens, and like for me, when I was listening to it, it was definitely like teenage angst. I don't think I necessarily like super related to the songs, but there are a couple that kind of touch on what you feel when you know you have a relationship that goes sour, which like at
Yeah,
14
but
is
it's the
just like
rela-
ridiculous, but it is what
You
it
love
is.
this album because of the way you remember how you felt at the time when it did relate to you.
Yeah.
You know?
There's one song here that
Maybe
I
not.
still kind of... There's one song that's still, like, I can vibe on, but most of it not really.
Really?
Yeah.
See, if I could put together like a top 10 greatest hits, like I would say 3 or 4 of the top 10 would come from this album.
That's high for me.
I think
just
I would
'cause I
definitely
like...
go 3. You could definitely do like Basket Case,
Basket Case is good.
When I Come Around.
I'm not so hot on that one.
Yeah, but
Because it's the more pop stuff Ben does.
Yeah,
I
if
just
you were
like
to
it's
put
more
together
pop stuff.
though like a greatest hits, that one would definitely.
Oh, of their
just because
stuff.
of its popularity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Of their stuff for sure. But that's the song to me on this album that is like definitely their pop song. For sure.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. When I Come Around, it's slower. It's more of that. I think it's like that Pascal's scale or what is that, Ben? You're the musical expert here.
What you're thinking of is the Pachelbel kind of.
Is that what it is? Scale? I thought
It's
it
not
was
a scale, but it's
Chord
it's
progression?
the chord progression that
Yeah.
Pachelbel's canon and D.
And a lot of their songs are kind of based off of that. But that song in particular, I guess, is really true to it. And there's a lot
It's a
of
very common chord progression.
there's a lot of popular songs that follow that.
Basically, like any Iron Maiden song uses the same chords, presented maybe, obviously differently, but, same, it's the same key, specifically that song, but
Gotcha.
same notes, but.
So Ben, how did this album make you feel? I know you texted me that this was difficult to work out to, which I actually like. I found the opposite of. I did my Peloton or whatever, and I had no problem like keeping rhythm because of it.
Yeah.
The lifting was a little bit harder, which is what you're pretty.
Yeah, I put it on right as I was leaving the car to the gym, and I was just like, oh my God, this is going to be really tough. And let's see,
It has.
I made a
It's
note
up
here.
tempo in
Hold
most cases, though.
hold on.
Yeah, you have
Fuck
some
is going on here?
specifics about the characteristics of why. I don't. What do you think? I mean, did you feel like it should be a difficult? I don't see. how
No,
it would
but
be
like
difficult.
I work like
I don't know.
my
somewhere-
go-to playlist when I work out is like 90s alternative. So like Green Day comes up on that a lot. You get a lot of
no
Stone
doubt.
Temple Pilots. Like it's not like soft music, but it's definitely not like stuff that gets you amped up. I just like to listen to songs that I like, and that's what I like to listen to. So
There's nothing wrong with that. So Ben, I mean, we know he's not a punk guy.
Yeah, so like it just never got hard enough for me. It just all, if I were to compare it to stuff I normally listen to at the gym, it like just stays at like a 6 and doesn't get like much harder than a 6. There's a song later on that it doesn't get, I wouldn't say it gets close, but it's different. I don't know which one it was. I forgot to make a note.
But there was one that maybe got a little bit closer.
Yeah, that got closer than the rest, but it took me like 2 or 3 days to listen to it for the first, like to get through it the first time, which I feel bad about. That I
It is
wasn't
what
able
it
to
is.
commit to it that way. And then I listened to it again yesterday and today.
So 3 times.
Yeah, and it just never goes there for me. It reminds me of the 90s, which is, fine, or well, not fine, that's the wrong way to put it, but which is cool because I like that, like American Pie, style, life, or you know what I'm saying, like that era of the 90s. And I think I read somewhere that this one of the songs or something on this was used in one of those movies or whatever, Can't Hardly Wait, fucking She's All That sort of high school
yeah,
90s
The
comedy.
atypical
Yeah,
star.
so it like
90s.
reminds me of that stuff, but like that, like I mean, Jeff and I weren't doing it. I don't know what you were doing in high school, but if you're hanging out with us, you probably weren't doing it either.
Doing what?
Like
Yeah,
the high school
doing
parties, like the high school parties, like the movies and shit.
Oh yeah,
those
not
types of
definitely
things?
not like
Oh.
the movies. Like
No.
like once or twice a year, someone's parents will go out of town, and then like some idiot kid that I went to school with was like, "I'm gonna have that from everybody over from school, and someone's gonna get like 18 cases of beer, and we're gonna do this." And then like 2 hours later, because they do this in like a residential neighborhood,
Oh right.
so it's like you have like 50 cars out and like 16-year-old drunk kids in the driveway. It's like, okay, that gets broken up right away. So we never did.
Yeah, neighbors.
No, I never went to like
Neighbors
the
know
big
the
party
parents are
thing.
gone too and everything.
We did hotel. there was
yeah.
the hotel in Finley. We would rent a room at every once in a while.
We did that a couple times.
Yeah.
If I had any major complaints about Green Day and this album in general, is that I like my punk a little bit more frantic. and this one just has that. Like the first 4 songs are all pretty good, but they could almost be one song.
Yeah.
And then I think it slows down eventually. But yeah, that's my main complaint. I like it. It's hard enough for me to enjoy even now.
No problem.
And it has some high moments for me. Not actually too terribly low moments, but just kind of like meh moments. So that's what I got.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do you have any complaints about this album?
They do kind of have some of those in a row where it's like this could have been one song shortened down to like these 3 could have been one, and then it could only been like 2 minutes. Then we got something good.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they put out like 16 albums, and then they throw a shitload of music out there.
They've been out since '87.
And they have some.
Makes sense.
I mean, they have some great ones, and there's some great ones on this album. But yeah, it's like a skip, play, skip, play kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which I mean, most albums are like that.
Yeah.
Kind of traditionally with like how most people listen to music. Like not everyone is listening to albums from start to finish when they listen to music. It's like good songs from CDs or from albums from a bunch of different people on a playlist.
Every swing is not going to be a home run.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, if you're hitting 300 in an album, doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And they do it in this album for that period of time. I don't
For
think
sure.
this stands up to what's coming out right now. And like, I'll just say it, I'll be on record, I enjoy Fall Out Boy way more than I enjoy Green Day. And if you took any of Fall Out Boy's current hits and then took them against like Welcome to Paradise, I think that it would just murder Welcome to Paradise. That's my opinion. Yes. I think it might be just like production, maybe like the attention to the vocals that is ignored in this album. Like he can sing pretty well, but it's just a lot of that kind of
Like at one point, instead of saying "Or am I just stoned?" it's
yeah, like
you know, it's
no,
like
no.
he
I
doesn't
mean,
even say the word. He's just like
there are some tweaks. There are some good moments. There's like a scream in She, I think it is. I forget exactly, but I don't know. I just feel like it's a little bland. And there is 2 singers, and they do a good job of complementing each other, but the harmony is almost too close to each other that it doesn't add much to Billy Joe Armstrong's voice. I forget who the other guy is, but it comes... Yeah, I mean, and it comes in and it's just right in line, and maybe it's a little bit later, a little bit earlier, and it rounds out the sound a little bit, but it doesn't add much to it. It's certainly not 5 layers of vocals that Blind Guardian did, but it is like, I think probably their live sound, have never seen Green Day live, but I bet their live sound is pretty true to their production sound because they don't overdo it.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 3 of them. They might have a second guitarist live, I'm sure, but I think it's...
Yeah, it is a trio.
Presented as a trio.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, wait. I have one more question.
I got an answer.
How do they fit into punk mythology? Are they, in fact, punk at this point? Like I said, they're not frantic enough, but the signature is supposedly pop punk.
Yeah, they're definitely not like what punk was, but if you kind of think of all the like punk bands around that time or that came after, like none of them really were either. Like Blink-182 wasn't. I mean, they were a punk band. Sum 41. I don't know. There was a whole bunch of them.
You could kind of like tie in My Chemical Romance, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really has that traditional like punk rock sound.
No.
I think they're probably too grunge influenced.
At that point in time.
Nobody that we know of, at least.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure there's...
Right. Yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of like true...
Like, oh yeah, well, fucking...
Yeah.
Check out the local...
But you can only get their CD if you buy their merch at the club.
Yeah.
They're real punk.
You have to go by their mom's house on Thursday.
Yeah.
That's where it starts, man. Your mom's house on Thursday. I'm just saying, that's probably where a lot of things start.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's all we got to say about that.
All right.
Ben, start us off. We're going to have a timer this time. Get your points out there. Discuss quickly. The first song is Burnout. And my humble opinion about this is that it's a great opening song. It's fairly hard enough. I enjoy listening to it. And it means nothing to me anymore. I see Burnout, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I feel burnt out. But like the nuance of this particular song, I don't feel that anymore, and I kind of wonder how a teenager could actually feel burnout, but, whatever the fuck. Someone take up the lead.
Yeah, I think it was more like a kind of a state of mind of, you're burnout. You don't really, I don't know.
7 out
I
of
mean,
10,
it's
by the
okay.
way.
It's like a 6 out of 10. It's it's a decent opener. It's one of those that I would, if I'm listening to just songs I want to hear, I skip this one.
Yeah, I gave it a 6 out of 10. This is the one that really set the scene of the high school comedy from the 90s. It literally sounded like the opening credits are like playing.
Of the 90s?
Yeah.
And like then you see Jennifer Love Hewitt walking in the background and she's slowly coming into focus, and then I don't know. It says directed by John Hughes or whatever the fuck, whoever did it.
Yeah.
But I'm getting my movies all mixed up.
That's fine.
Anyway, yeah.
There's
Right
nothing
on.
terribly. So I think then it just jumps back into what is almost just a continuation of the first song, but this one is like a breakup, and he's saying, "I don't care anymore," and then he's like, "But I hate you, and you ruined my life,"
Which
kind
one?
of deal.
Having a blast?
Yeah, having a
Yeah.
blast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is my least favorite one. I gave it a 3. I don't
Oh,
really have
really?
much to say about it. Like, it gets skipped. It's kind of a continuation in sound and everything.
Spirit.
Yeah.
I don't want to read exactly what I wrote, but it's very short. I just said, listening to this as I prepare to go into the gym is really disheartening. Gonna be a bad time. So I didn't.
That's not good.
I didn't even give it a score. Not a good sign. I can't even think of it to give it a score. So it has to be a 4 or less.
I guess so.
Yeah. I mean, that's more than I gave it. And I like Green Day. I like it a lot.
I gave it a 6. I still enjoyed it,
Mm.
but wasn't special. It's singable if I remember it right now.
You're singable.
Thank you. So that being said, I think we were done with having a blast. Let's move on to Chump. Ben, get us started.
You can skip it.
It's
Yep.
skip. You can
Yeah.
skip. You can skip it.
Skippable.
Yeah,
5.
skippable 4.
I think it's still singable. 6 out of 10. But it's not as good as the other two before it, to me.
Those two aren't good either.
Yeah.
Yeah, Burnout's good. Yeah.
Oh wait, we were gonna do a shot to bring us back in.
All right, let's
Oh,
do
yeah.
that next. Fucking hell yeah. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
It just gets worse as the nights go on. Oh.
It's so warm.
All right, into Longview.
Hits your face, man, though. Ooh. Nice burn. All right, so Longview has one of my favorite lyrics, and it's, when masturbation's lost its fun, you're fucking lazy. Yeah. And then, it's like, bite my lip and close my eyes, take me away to paradise. I'm so damn bored, I'm going blind, and I smell like shit.
Yeah.
I could sing
One
that.
of my
I
favorites
really
on the
do.
album.
I think
It's a 9er.
I gave it a 7.5. It goes higher. This song's way better. Listen to it a couple times.
Didn't you just say 7.5?
All right, let's continue.
And the next. Welcome to Paradise.
Yeah.
Another
Gave it a
9er.
7.
A 9er?
9er.
7?
Yeah.
8.
One of these two are my favorite. Just 2 of my favorites.
Tell us why.
I don't know. I just like them.
Because they were popular in 1995.
Yeah, because they were popular when I was a kid, and I just like them.
This one we can talk about a little bit more because, like, lyrically, you thought that this one was, like, I live in trash, but
Yeah.
at least I'm free.
Yeah. It takes you back to when you moved out of your parents' house, and I mean, we lived in kind of a slummy, ghetto-y kind of area,
But it was still cool.
but it was still cool because it was your own place. You walked around with your shoes on at all times.
Yeah.
You never took your shoes off.
That
You're
was
not.
gross.
Yeah, I mean, it was like squalor, but it was paradise.
We mopped, like, twice a year.
Yeah, like to clean was very rare. If someone's parents were coming, that was about it.
Yeah.
Like the floor would be like almost black.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
When we mopped it that one time, it was gross.
I just
Yeah.
think the landlord just painted over it.
And
let the next
all
people
over the
move in.
floor. Yeah.
I think I liked how Longview's song bled into Welcome to Paradise in that, like, they talk about going to paradise in Longview, and then the next song is Welcome to Paradise. It's clever, and there's this awesome musical crescendo. I call it a musical crescendo, but it's actually really just the drums driving it, but from like 2:15 to minute 3, there's this really cool, I would call it frantic drum sound, which I that's what makes me really love this song. So 8 out of 10 all day. And 7 out of 10, you liked it. It just wasn't
Yeah, I mean, this is one
up
of the
there.
pop. Like, there were 4 songs off this album that were like really popular,
Yeah.
and those are like the 4 Green Day songs I like.
Yeah, more or less.
So I like that one off American Idiot, whatever it was, Boulevard of Broken.
Dreams.
Yeah, Dreams.
Yeah, there was like a 2-part song. The first one, what's the first part of that song called? I forget.
I can't remember.
We'll put it here.
Yeah.
It's a 2-part song.
Oh, you know what? I think I might have it on here.
Let's just take it.
Holiday. Boulevard of
yeah,
Broken
yeah,
Dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
holiday.
Yeah, I remember now.
This is the dawning of
That's a
the
super sellout
stars.
song.
Yeah.
But it is still good.
But by then they had already fucking cashed in and sold out.
Well, yeah, they're pretty mainstream at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a superstar of the time.
All right, so up next would be Pulling Teeth. Again,
Skip.
totally skippable. I gave that bitch a 4.
4.
Yeah, I put even if you're an avid listener, like this song just blends into the rest. So
Yeah.
I didn't rate it. I was just
Some
like,
avid listeners would be like, Jeff, you are so fucking wrong.
Yeah.
they all do. I mean, they all do. There's going to be
Purists.
dissentment and purists. Like that song is a song, and it's a song because it's fairly different to the rest.
You know whose fans were real bad about like being like purists were 311.
Really?
Yeah.
I figured they'd
I've
be
been to
chill.
a handful of 311 concerts, and like the people there are like serious 311 fans. Like they almost like get like offended if you're a casual listener.
Yeah.
Like I've heard conversations like, because we would always get there early, get up front in the front row. So like the people that want to do that are like probably diehard listeners. But I was
Just a
just a
casual.
casual fan.
Yeah.
I just thought they were good. They were fun to see, and like people up there were like legit. Like it's almost like a cult following. It was weird.
Yeah.
Isn't the cat that can kind of do the rapping? Isn't his name Jeff? You mentioned one
Well,
of the
they
band
both
members.
they
is
both
named
like
Jeff.
rap
Ish.
ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But isn't one of them named Jeff? I felt like you pointed that out to me.
S.A. Martinez. I don't know if that's his real name. I think that's his name. And then, yeah, I
that
forget
right
what
there.
the other guy is who kind of looks like you.
Oh, he looked
He
like
looks
you
like
mentioned
you.
that. Okay, so it's like there was something with me.
Nick Hexum. Was his
Okay. We'll put his face. Yeah, we'll have to put his face next to mine. Like, if he's got a big nose, then he's got a good chance of looking like me. All right, so that takes us to Basket Case, which is
Also,
Smash hit
okay.
10. That's
Yeah,
one of
gave
my
it an
favorites.
all right.
That's one of
What
the
did you give it?
hits.
10.
Oh, yeah, I give it a 9.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
This is a
8,
good
9,
one.
8, 9, 10.
Boom.
Yeah, maybe one of my favorite songs growing up.
Yeah, it's probably between that one and
When I Come Around.
no, the one on
For you,
Insomnia.
yeah.
The big Brain Stew.
Brains. Dun,
Yeah, I think Brain Stew might be my favorite. That's probably everyone's
Dun.
favorite. You know, that was another big
dun,
smash hit.
dun, yeah, you even saw the spit go.
She, slap at the bass on the intro. That's one of the better songs on the album.
I
Gave
sang
a
it the first time.
6 to 7. Yeah, you
I-
kind of talked about it like it was one of your favorites.
Yeah, I mean, I really like this song because it is different from the rest of them, and I mean, it still continues around the same like teenage angst, but it talks about her point of view to a large degree, and that was kind of cool for a band to explore the opposite gender.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But not,
Mansplain.
but not the last song.
Mansplain, if you will.
not in the well. See, that's what
Yeah.
you can see that they have like a fairly good. They have like the song. The songs are intelligent. They're not stupid, and I think
No, I don't think
even
any of them
though
were
it
poorly
is
written.
teenage angst, like it's teenage angst well explained
Yeah.
through a lot of like analogies or even metaphors, similes. You give it like they did well with the lyrics in this, and
I think so.
I appreciate it.
On to Sassafras Roots.
So, I gave it a 6.5. This is their love song. It's weird, and I'm just gonna say it real quick. Think about it in the lens of a love song. Think about it in the lens of a friendship song. They're asking, do you want to waste time with me? And there's just kind of like that mutual agreement that we want to be together. Whether it is friends, whether it is a lover that's just staring and smiling. You didn't see him, but he was just staring and smiling at the camera. It's getting too late.
All right, 6.5 as well. Ben,
I said you could skip
did
this
not.
one.
Yeah.
Let's skip it.
Yeah, you don't need to listen.
All
On
right.
to one of the other smash hits of the album. When I Come Around.
5.5.
When I come around.
I gave it a 10 for nostalgia's sake.
Gave
Gave it an 8.
It's a good one.
I think like I said the first time.
It's your favorite.
No, this was the song
yeah.
that fucking took me out of country music. I was real
Yeah.
big into like Billy Ray Cyrus, Achy Breaky Heart, Alan Jackson, Brooks
Alabama.
and Dunn, Alabama's. Who else is out there? Garth
Brooks
Brooks
was out there.
Garth Brooks was out there. But yeah, this is the first one I listened to. Or
Kenny Wayne Shepherd.
I don't think he
Blue
was
on
country,
black.
That's like 2000 something.
but I don't think it was. But we'll put it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard this and I was like, oh, maybe I'll try some contemporary stuff with electric guitars and see what that's like. And then I just started listening to everything but Green Day.
After that.
Yeah, until was it American Idiot came out.
So they were still a
that one
gateway
song.
for other music.
Oh,
So
for
it's
sure.
a special song for you.
For sure.
Yeah, to me.
Takes me back to 3rd grade.
I would guess if you had heard a different song, though, you probably wouldn't have stayed on the Achy Breaky Heart path.
Yeah,
Actually,
probably.
any other song.
Maybe. I
Could
don't
be
know.
sitting here
You must have loved
reviewing
gym
old
class.
country music albums.
Why would happen in gym class?
We did like the boot scooting boogie all the time in gym
Oh no,
class.
I was never much of a dancer or nothing. I never
You guys
was
did
into
that in
shit.
gym?
Yeah.
That's weird, isn't it?
I don't
It was
recall.
Mason,
Did you do that?
Ohio, bro. No, I'm telling you, like, even though it is what it is today, like, Mason, Ohio was,
You guys were line dancing in gym class?
yeah.
We were?
At least
Seems-
Mr. Lichtenberg's gym class
I never had
in, like,
him.
4th grade.
I didn't have them.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Yeah. To Achy Breaky Heart, I mean, I still kind of remember how to do it now because of that.
We did like
it enough
sports
times.
stuff.
Well, I mean, typically you would, but there would be that day. Like, is
I don't think we ever had a
anybody
dance
else
day.
like? Did anybody else
We
have
did
a
like
day
bowling
like that?
and golf. We did
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
bowling,
sometimes.
golf, kickball. Yeah, I remember all those things. But
Mat ball.
Achy Breaky Heart, for sure. I learned how to dance to it. That's hilarious.
Mm.
I thought that was like normal. Guess it's not.
Maybe some
I mean, shit, I don't remember it.
I don't know if we did. I don't remember line dancing gym class.
Oh my god. This is.
I was
Anyway.
there the whole time. You came in like fucking 3rd grade or something.
Let's just summarize the last part of this. Like, for me,
You
coming
can
clean,
skip the last 5 songs.
Amenia Sleepus, in the end, FOD. If I had anything to say about any of these songs, it's their length isn't long enough. It feels like just thoughts of other songs that they wanted to extrapolate on. None of them are truly special. FOD does an acoustic acoustic to electric transition. That's kind of cool. All by myself is hilarious. I give it a 10 out of 10. It's about imagining yourself with a girl and you're in her room. At one point, he goes from imagining her probably definitely by himself in his room, but then he's like, I'm going to go to her room and think about her. And then he talks about going to this person's house, going up to her room, and then thinking about her and him together. And
Yeah,
one
that's
of the
really
lyrics,
creepy.
one of the lyrics is,
That's
"You
like-
and me had such wonderful times when I'm all by myself."
Yeah, it's just weird. I liked FOD. I thought that was the best of the last 5, and I think it should have ended there. But, I get you're going for the funny thing, but it's, like, pretty creepy.
Ah, yeah, FOD has that one lyric. It's like, stuck down in a rut with dyslogic and smut. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, no, actually, that's a good song.
Are you
Yeah.
really hitting chords when you do that?
No, I'm totally, that's not, no.
No, I'm murdering it. Yeah, no, I'm murdering it.
I'm
yeah.
shredding no matter what song it is. It's like some acoustic ballad. You just
Ah, that would be cool if I was, but I'm not. Absolutely no. I'm just making rhythms with my fingers.
And now for the wheel.
No, alright, guys. No, seriously. Ben, do you want to say anything about the last 5 songs?
Yeah, you can skip them.
Just nothing.
Nothing.
Just blank canvas.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty
Alright,
much.
fair enough. Well, did you have anything extra to
I
say? Or
already
you haven't said
said
it
it.
already.
Billy Joel
That's been
fucking
said.
Armstrong is gonna be all upset.
Nah, he's not watching this.
Yeah.
We'll get away
He
for the
doesn't
next
care.
couple of years.
Didn't you see him at the iHeartRadio Awards where he got all fucking
Mad about
Billy Butthurt?
He did.
Yeah, I don't know. They're like cutting him off. Like,
How
at
can
the
you be
like
so
he was
rich?
singing or whatever?
And
It wasn't like he was at the
doesn't
bar. He was
matter.
like performing, and they were like, "We're going to commercial." And he's like, "I'm fucking Billy Joel Armstrong." What I don't know.
Yeah, but he got.
Do you
butthurt.
know who I am?
Basically, I've been doing this for 20
Yeah.
years. Whatever the fuck. That
I'm gonna have to put that. I'll put a link up to that video because, I mean, he deserves that criticism. He's that rich. I don't feel bad for the guy. If anybody ever disses him, I mean, he's got enough money to just wallow in his own bank account.
I'm not even
Probably.
It's nothing to do with the money for me. It's more just like, bro, you got signed on for a 4-minute spot.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. Just
No one's
fucking-
watching this stupid
Yeah, like,
award show
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
It's probably at like a
only
New Year's
reason I know
Eve
that it
party
happened
or
is
something.
because
Yeah.
you fucking did
Right,
this.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, play your fucking 4-minute song. You could play 3 songs, bro. You could play 3 songs in those 4 minutes. The last 4 songs of this album, basically.
Yeah.
It could.
But
end
instead, you're
at-
like yelling at them to not cut you. Whatever the fuck.
it could end
Who
at
gives a
when I
shit?
come around. And
Yeah.
Good. enough.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well
Yeah.
done. A lot of good ones on there, though.
Yeah.
Ones
So
that I
let's-
still
The
listen
drumming was
Jump
cool.
to the album. Should we do one more shot? I'm ready for one.
Yeah, we can do one.
Okay.
Which one do you
Real quick.
What's your
Which
what,
one?
what
I
proof,
like 1792.
All
what
right.
is what proof is
Hit it.
that?
It is
Yeah, that's
93.7.
good. Mine's 100 proof. Let's do that.
Oh,
one.
okay.
Wow. Wow.
I'm gonna bring a peanut butter whiskey.
No, please
Those are
don't.
So that was something else.
Ah, yeah, you got to do it.
My mom bought something like that down in Tennessee, and she was like, "Try it. It's pretty good or whatever." Like, you know.
Yeah. Try this
Try it.
Fireball.
Yeah, it is. This is
Ugh.
fucking disgusting.
No, I've had some
Yeah.
terrible nights on Fireball. Cheers, mates.
Cheers,
mates.
All right, who wants to do the wheel? Who wants to start it off this time? Ben, I don't think you've started it.
All right, so we're back with the wheel. I'm gonna give it a spin.
Hold on to it. Let him really rip into it. Oh, shit! Oh! Oh!
Stop yelling. There's
Yeah.
a baby downstairs.
Jeez, Jeff.
Jesus Christ, I'm gonna hear.
I
about
can't
this
help it. We
later.
need high energy for the show to get viewers.
All right, so microphone.
P.
The newest Pigeons Playing Ping Pong album was just released the other day. It's called Perspective. And that's the album that's been chosen for this week. Their name is based off of, I think it's like an experiment or something like that, or a thought experiment or something like that. I'll look into it and I'll have a story for it. But there's a story behind the name.
There'd almost have
We're
to
going
be.
to talk about it next week. We're not going to put it there.
I've been waiting to do that. I've had it literally in my back pocket.
Jeff's like, I've literally had it up to here. Up to here. Mister, you've had too much to drink.
For only $6.99, you can register yourself as a member to our OnlyFans.
$6.99.
What did I say?
69.69. Shouldn't you give
Well,
yourself
that's way too less.
Hashtag-
that's way
too high.
That's way too
Hashtag
much.
no
would sign up
respect.
for that. Nobody would sign up
For
that.
ourselves.
We'd have to be like literally a newscaster to charge that much per month.
You think?
Yeah.
You
What are
think
the-
it's that
What are
high?
the real popular
You
ones?
think it's
charging
that
now?
low?
I would
For
think there's like
a-
a standard, like you pay like somewhere like 60
No,
bucks
they
a
set
month.
their own price.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
That's
that'd
why-
probably be if you were one of
that's
the
what I'm
top
saying, like,
ones. It'd be
that's-
so lucrative.
That's why the joke is like for Mia Khalifa or whoever can charge whatever she. Well, I literally have no idea, but she can charge whatever she wants, a premium. But then the girl next door who no one knows about has to.
Well, yeah.
Right, but like has to pay or charge less, and then make it up in volume.
I just think you guys are worth more than $6.99.
Thank you, Mark.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he's gonna spend more than 80 cents a day to feed these buttholes.
Yeah, but I'm just
I will.
But I'm just saying like we can
I
build up our
will.
audience
I will.
at a lower price and then slowly jump it up after. I mean, think about it.
Yeah,
now.
but then
If
you're
we-
gonna get like people that get like mad. Like when Netflix
Yeah,
raises
sure,
their
you'll
price.
lose a
Like
few
I've been
people.
here since the beginning.
Sure, you'll lose a few people. But
Yeah,
might gain
you've
some
got to
people.
pay to stay with the
Yeah,
next
but by
chapter.
but by that point, you've gotten more subscribers, you've gotten more money and stuff. You're able to put a little bit more production on it. You might be able to have some other friends jump in on it.
So is this the story
Wow.
behind the pigeons playing ping pong?
When you're younger, make sure you make decisions
Wisely.
wisely. Make sure you do things wisely so that when you're older, you don't have to wear Depends. So that's been Mastering Mediocrity Music Reviews. This last album was Green Day Dookie. My name's Ben.
Mark,
I'm Jeff.
Make sure you like, subscribe,
watch the show.
tell your mom, tell Jeff's mom.
I already told her.
She's so proud.
See you next week.
Thank you. I love you.
What a mess.